10 shocking secrets about Area 51. Number 10. It exists. Shockingly, Area 51 does exist. I know. In what was one of the US government's worst-kept secrets, in 2013, the CIA finally admitted the existence of Area 51, located in the depths of Nevada. It was established in 1955, but it wasn't until George Washington University's National Security Archive made a Freedom of Information request that details of the government site were finally released to the public. However, much to the disappointment of conspiracists the world over, the CIA still claims that Area 51 is not hiding aliens or UFOs. They claim it is simply a test site for their aerial programs. No, not that kind, or even that kind, but this kind, which admittedly are a little cool. Number 9. I Spy U-2. The CIA initially developed Area 51 as a test facility to develop the Lockheed U-2, which was nicknamed Dragon Lady due to its unpredictability. The U-2 was created as a strategic spy aircraft that could travel at an altitude of 21,000 meters, as it was believed that the Soviets' radar and missiles wouldn't be able to reach an aircraft traveling so high. However, while Russian radar may not have been quick to spot the U-2 planes, the American public were. It is estimated that half of all UFO reports during the late 1950s to 60s were really just sightings of the U-2. With its wings reflecting the sun, this shiny metallic aircraft flew at almost 4 times the height of commercial airlines, alarming pilots and civilians who were convinced that an alien invasion was taking place. These unidentified objects, seen flying over the highly secretive Area 51, contributed to conspiracy theories that Area 51 was an alien research center. Number 8. UFO. Although the CIA claims that there are no aliens in Area 51, as we learned from Independence Day, not even the president really knows what's going on there. According to real-life former President Bill Clinton, while he was in office, even he did some digging to find out whether extraterrestrials were being kept in the top-secret base, and he found nothing. Clearly not convinced, his wife Hillary, in the run-up to her presidential candidacy, promised to expose any hidden aliens at Area 51 should she become president. But why all of this suspicion? Well, the alien conspiracy gained popularity in 1989 when a Las Vegas TV station broadcast an interview with Robert Lazar. Lazar claimed to have been a scientist at Area 51 who worked on harnessing energy from flying saucers, including the one that was found in Roswell in 1947. Then, in 2004, Dan Burish claimed to have been employed at Area 51, cloning alien viruses alongside an alien named J-Rod. Although Lazar and Burish's credentials have largely been refuted, as there is no evidence that either man ever worked at Area 51, the suspicion of alien involvement at Area 51 lives on. Number 7. Fake moon landing. Alongside allegations that Area 51 is hiding alien life and spaceships, others believe that it is really just a home of smoke and mirrors. These people claim that it is the site where the moon landings were faked. It has been reported that astronauts test space equipment, land rovers, and life support systems on the Area 51 compound. But the conspiracy that it is the location where some, if not all, of the moon landings were staged by NASA may be another classified secret of the base. Since the mid-1970s, conspiracists have claimed that man has never made it to the moon, and in fact decided to fake the first moon landing in 1969 to win the space race against the Soviet Union. Evidence cited as proof of the conspiracy includes the fact the American flag appeared to be moving on the moon despite the atmosphere having no wind. Furthermore, no stars are visible in the photographs of the moonwalk, and others argue that photos of the moon landing appear to actually be that of a film set. Rumor has it that Stanley Kubrick directed the moon landings, since only the genius behind 2001: A Space Odyssey could achieve such a convincing fake. Yet, the conspiracy has been officially debunked by evidence like moon rocks. Nevertheless, the conspiracy has stayed strong for the last 40 years. Number 6. The real cover-up. Forget aliens, UFOs, and the moon landings. In the 1990s, Area 51 was accused of using the weight of the government to cover up the fact that it may have been responsible for the deaths of 2 of its workers. American lawyer Jonathan Turley represented Area 51 workers Wally Kasher and Bob Frost in 2 lawsuits when they became terminally ill after working at the site. They accused the secret government site of violating federal law and risking the lives of their workers by exposing them to toxic smoke by burning hazardous waste. The exposure reportedly caused Area 51 workers to come down with serious skin and respiratory illnesses. The aim of the legal cases was to discover what had been burned, so the workers' doctors could appropriately treat them. But the case was thrown out due to the government's refusal to even acknowledge Area 51's existence, let alone declassify what had been burned there. After Frost's death, top scientists took a biopsy from his body and could not even recognize the exotic substances he had been exposed to. Number 5. Foreign tech. Playing by the rules of finders keepers, since the 1960s, Area 51 has evaluated and analyzed any foreign military aircraft that happened to fly into their path. This mission was crucial for the US government during the Cold War, as they were desperately trying to work out how to use knowledge of Soviet aircraft to their own advantage. Their biggest threat from the Soviet Union came in the shape of MiGs, a supersonic jet fighter aircraft that rivaled the US's own F-4. So they were in luck when, in 1966, Iraqi Air Force fighter pilot Captain Munir Redfah defected and flew his MiG-21 to Israel, who passed it on to America. After testing the Soviet aircraft against the F-4 in Area 51, they were able to figure out the weakness of the Soviet plane, which became instrumental in the military successes of both the US and Israel. If flown correctly, the F-4 could outpace the MiG. This knowledge led to the establishment of the Top Gun Naval Fighter Weapons School, which taught the military advanced air combat techniques. During the Vietnam War, due to graduates from the Top Gun Academy, the Navy were able to increase their kill ratio by 8.33 to 1. In contrast, the Air Force's kill rate remained stagnant at just under 3 kills to 1. Number 4. Nuclear in Nevada. During the nuclear arms race of the Cold War, the US government imagined all sorts of nightmare disasters, including what would happen if a plane transporting an atomic bomb crashed into American soil and unleashed radioactive material. Not content with dealing with hypotheticals, officials from the Pentagon were determined to make this dirty bomb scenario a reality. Area 51 and the surrounding land, Area 13, was considered to be the perfect place to carry out the nuclear test, as it was on flat land and in a secluded area, so the public would never find out. A fake town with cars and trees was mocked up in Area 13 and filled with donkeys, dogs, sheep and rats, all ready to face the nuclear explosion. In 1957, the simulation took place, spreading deadly plutonium over 3.6 square kilometers. However, bored with their bomb site within a year, Area 13 was closed off and forgotten about. It wasn't until 9 years after the nuclear bomb went off on American soil that a full cleanup operation was attempted. During the cleanup, more than 1,400 tons of radioactive soil was excavated and disposed of. But the Defense Nuclear Agency admitted that it will never know the extent to which the deadly plutonium particles were spread by the wind or carried by earthworms. Number 3. New technologies. While Area 51's current purpose is publicly unknown, historical evidence supports the idea that it is used to develop and test experimental aircraft and weapon systems. One of Area 51's first cutting-edge works was Project Oxcart, established in 1959, which eventually worked to develop the Lockheed A-12. This reconnaissance aircraft was well ahead of its time, sculpted with a titanium body. Other innovative designs have included the drone D-21 tagboard, the stealth fighter plane the Lockheed HAV Blue, which could deflect electromagnetic waves to avoid radar detection, and also the Lockheed F-117 Nighthawk, which was designed to deliver covert, deadly attacks. In 2014, technology publication Wired magazine reported that a futuristic plane had been seen roaming the skies of Area 51. Made by the US Air Force in conjunction with Boeing's Phantom Work program, The aircraft was known as Bird of Prey. Although it was never actually meant for production, the single-seater jet was rumoured to have been created as a prototype to test new technologies, including active camouflage that could change colour and reflection based on its surroundings, which would make it invisible to the naked eye. It completed a total of 38 test flights over Area 51 before being stored away in 1999. Number 2. Security. Considering the extreme secrecy of the project, the location in Groom Lake in the Nevada desert was chosen due to its naturally flat land and Emigrant Valley's mountain ranges that obscure the facility. Before one could even get into the mountains, however, there is a security cordon 16 kilometers from the hidden base. Orange posts mark the border, warning the public not to move closer, while security men and CCTV cameras watch from a distance. Magnetic sensors around the perimeter track the movements and speed of anyone nearby and send the information to the security teams. Former Area 51 security guard Fred Dunham revealed to National Geographic that, when he worked there, he was under orders to kill trespassers. In 2012, a BBC documentary crew attempting to enter the Area 51 grounds were held at gunpoint by security and forced to lie face down for 3 hours while their identification was confirmed. They were then fined almost $500. Number 1. Restricted airspace. The goings-on at Area 51 are so top secret that it is not just the ground that is heavily guarded, but the airspace above, which is considered to be the most restricted airspace on the Earth. In 1974, however, it seems that not everyone got the memo when astronauts aboard the US space station Skylab caused a huge but secret national security debate which almost revealed Area 51 to the public 40 years before the CIA were ready to. Despite being told that Area 51 was the only place on Earth too sensitive to be photographed from space, the astronauts inadvertently photographed the site. The pictures led to panic by the CIA, who demanded that the images be classified. NASA, on the other hand, felt that their work was a public service and thought they should be released. They argued that the Soviet Union already had satellite images of Area 51 anyway. The debate, which raged for months, created a rift between the civilian US government agencies and those in the military. But in the end, the CIA got their way, and the photos remained classified for decades.
Hi guys, if you enjoyed this video and you want to learn even more about Area 51, then check out a cool video by our friends at All Time Conspiracies called Area 51 Declassified. It's playing on screen now, and they have literally covered everything you will ever want to know about this secret location. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Peace!
Until relatively recently, Area 51 didn't even officially exist. It took a Freedom of Information request 8 years to get it, but in 2013 the CIA finally released a 355-page document. It confirmed the existence of Area 51 and its role during the Cold War.